Hey, Ezra here behind the scenes at Shopify, and you can tell by this pattern wall. Look at this thing, it's exciting. Now, I'm here with my team for Zipify Apps. I have a 40-person team, and I brought up the folks who are like the most involved in the marketing side of things, in the operations side of things, in the innovation side of things, because I want them to have a sense of sort of the culture of this company that we're dealing with in Shopify, which I think is like the most amazing e-commerce company ever. So I'm gonna take you behind the scenes. I'm gonna show you a little bit of Shopify, and I've shown you this office before, but I'm gonna introduce you to some of my team members. It's gonna be a good time. Let's go take a look. Hey, I'm here with Adam Maltais. Did I say that right this time?
Did.
Okay, I've been working on that for like years, actually.
There's different ways, but I'll give it to you.
Adam's the affiliate manager here at Shopify, and you know, we at Zipify owe a lot to him for our relationship with Shopify, for bringing us in, for giving us ideas. And Adam is like, I've met a few people like him in my life. I call them super connectors, which might actually be the lingo word in the industry. Like, this guy knows everyone. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet, and he's got this sort of way of like building rapport and intimacy with people really quickly. So it's a great skill set. One of the things that you talk about that I think is really interesting is the style of e-commerce that you see, because you get to see thousands of stores. You get so much insight into what's happening in the industry. And you were telling me about sort of what you saw between the difference between some folks doing like funnel-based e-commerce and some folks doing like brand-based e-commerce. You just talk a little bit about those sort of different styles of commerce that you see?
I think when people are looking at their e-commerce store, they're either looking from the perspective of, I have one product, I want to maximize this product at scale, and it really comes down to how good they are at Facebook marketing and how good they are at picking those individual products to maximize those individual products. And they're focusing on those one product.
Right, like one product stores, one product funnels, little niche, product offer page, sale.
Versus something like Boom, where they're looking more at LTV and the lifetime of the brand as a whole and a product set.
Right.
So watches, Boom, that has multiple products in their brand.
Right.
And so they're concentrating on different things in terms of brand equity, building brand equity in a niche and a demo versus product or Facebook ad to an individual product funnel or product page.
Yeah, and so when you're coming into e-commerce, you kind of want to know the type of brand that you're looking to build. Are you looking to build more of a funnel-based thing? Or are you looking to build more of a sort of lifetime customer value branded play? Like, what is your agenda?
Absolutely.
At Zipify Apps, we serve everyone. Our apps work for you no matter what you got. But I thought that was a really interesting distinction, you know, from someone who gets to see that all these stores launching, and you see people successful with both models, right? It's not like one is better than the other.
Yeah, and I think what's really interesting is both they complement each other, where you can build skill sets in the cash flow business of just trying to make it work and make $100 a day from a product, that eventually then you're concentrating on building the brand. And all of that is transferable skills.
And I tell people this a lot, that like a lot of people are starting with drop shipping and starting with these drop ship funnels. And I'm saying like, hey, that's a great way to go to start and get some initial revenue, but then use that money to invest in building a product that you stand behind, that has integrity, that you can, you know, that has unique selling propositions in the marketplace, and then build a brand based off of that. So I kind of like to sort of think of it as like you're doing that funnel-based model of drop shipping to start, and then you leverage that revenue to then build out a brand that, of course, still has sales funnels, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Adam Maltais, affiliate manager at Shopify, relationship expert extraordinaire. Thanks, man. Hey, Ezra here with Ashley, who was just giving us her kangaroo. Let's see it.
Hey, everybody. Ashley Sorensen here.
I told her she was a tiger, and she said she's a kangaroo. So at Zipify Apps, you know, we focus on direct response. We focus on getting more from your store. That's our sort of core value proposition, is how to get more from your store using direct response advertising, using sales pages, using upsells. And we're a team of sort of creatives and innovators and artists, and we are not particularly organized, you know, which is why, it's why we have Ashley. She's our project manager, our affiliate manager, our organizer of all things. And so I just wanted to kind of ask you, you know, first of all, what do you think of Shopify?
Shopify is an amazing organization. Holy cow, I walked through the doors of this place, and it's like an amusement park if you're here working at Shopify. So I'm really honored to be here.
It's like tech great America for you Californians. So, you know, what is like kind of one of the things you do? Like, you came into our company, and Zipify was for us like from an organizational standpoint, almost like the company that gets the least attention because we have Boom, we have Be Friendly, we have Smart Marketer. And so there was a lot to do to like get us sort of moving in a like more efficient manner. So what are the things you look at when you come into a company from an organization standpoint?
Yeah, absolutely. So I come in, and the first thing I do is I assess each of the team members, and especially the creatives, like you were saying, and really just see how they create, what's the process, and what is the most efficient way for the creatives to create, and then us to be able to organize it and streamline it to get projects out the door.
Sure.
So that's the first thing I assess.
And like where are the bottlenecks and how can we
Exactly,
process.
shift those around in the processes, and then just develop an actual kind of mind map, if you will, of the process to lay out, so we know who's responsible for what, when, and how much things take. And then number 3 is prioritizing. So what needs to be rolled out first? What's the most important feature? How are we going to get it out quickly? And then what are some things that we maybe don't need to focus on at this point in time? Things
we had not thought about ahead of time before Ashley came around. We were just creating stuff, and it's going well. Now we have you. We're super happy. Thanks for coming on the tour of Shopify. We'll introduce you to some of our other team members. Ashley here, Kangaroo.
Thanks. See you guys later.
You missed that, but there was just a clap in front of my face to sync the audio, and my team is cracking up in the background here. So we've been at Shopify for the day, and every time I come here, I get just like this jolt of inspiration because our community is actually really big, and we're doing amazing things. Like this company is doing amazing things. They are changing the way that retail is done, and we get to be a part of that, which is really fun. And so I wanted to just share some of that inspiration with you and let you know that like this thing is bigger than any one of us. It's all of us. And to be in this community and to get the opportunity to participate in it is a really special thing. Like we are alive at a special time and we have this really amazing opportunity. And so you should take advantage of it. You know, you should follow along with what Shopify's up to, follow along with what we're up to, use our blog, use our apps, you know? And so some of the things that we were talking about today, we met with the COO, we met with the apps team, we met with a bunch of people, and things like integrated social commerce. So what's coming is that people are going to be able to visit your website, see one of your products, and then be inside of a social network like Facebook, like Instagram, like Pinterest, like Twitter, and literally make one click, never leaving that social network to make a purchase. Things like purchasing and user engagement and customer data being passed to Messenger. There's like a lot of really exciting stuff happening. So I really enjoyed bringing my team up here, even though for me, there's not really like a quantifiable value that I can assign to spending like tens of thousands of dollars to fly my team up here, maybe around 10 grand. I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot to fly my team up here, put them up in hotels, take the time off of work and like have this experience. But I think that us really understanding the culture of what's happening in Shopify, how we can best serve them, how we can best be a partner to their company, because that's what we are, how we can kind of see where they think things are going and kind of modify our game plan based on that information. I think it will be extremely valuable for us, even though there's no way to really kind of put a price on that or to be able to tell how that's doing. We are willing to invest in this because we believe in it, and we believe in you as a community. We believe in what we're doing, and we are super thankful that you are willing to follow our blog and use our apps and spend time with us. And so I think that your most valuable asset as an entrepreneur is your time. And when you spend that with me, I really appreciate it, and I'm going to make sure that you get value from it. I'm going to do a few little interviews here. I'm going to ask my team kind of what they thought of the day at Shopify and a little bit about what they do in their role and kind of how they see things, because I have an amazing team. You know, I get all the credit, but really it's my team who is producing most of this stuff, you know? So that'll be fun. I'm going to do that right after. I just wanted to say thanks for coming on the tour, and bye from me, and now we'll introduce you to just a few of the members of the team who are up here today. So Ezra, over and out. And
my name is Kevin Burnside. I'm a copywriter at Zipify and Smart Marketer. What I really liked about Shopify was the culture here. The people who I've met who have worked here are very warm and welcoming, and it's not an overwhelming tech environment. The people are very friendly. Everyone seems to know each other. So my first step when I look to writing a sales page or an email, offer a product, is to really try to do everything I can to understand who this is going to be for, who the customer is, what problems they're facing, really do everything I can to understand their needs, because that is our role. We're here to serve a community, and so the first step in that is understanding who the community is.
My name is Pepijn Gooiker, and I'm the Chief Platform Officer at Smart Marketer and Zipify. Shopify is different in that I was expecting a more corporate culture. I know, even though I knew it's a young company, I was not prepared for anything that I saw here today. There were teepees, there were, I'm looking right now, behind the camera is a green wall of plants. There's an awesome cafeteria with vegan options, which I like. People are, dressed kind of casual. So many things. I could go on, and every floor is completely different. I think it would take me about 3 months to know where I am in this building if I were to work here. So the way that I stay on task throughout the day is just old-fashioned task list. I have my little text editor window open, and I make at the end of the day, I make the list for the next day, and I know kind of what my priorities are, and I know that I want to get at least these 3 or 5 things done, and I'll feel good. And like anything else is a bonus. If I make this list at the end of the day, the next day usually goes really well. And sometimes I forget, and a lot of things kind of come at me during the day. But I feel like if you kind of narrow down your top 3 priorities and get those out of the way first thing, that's how you really stay on top of things.
My name is Colleen Taylor, and I am the COO of Zipify Apps.
My name is Laura, and I am the social media manager here at Zipify Apps.
Visiting Shopify was different than what I expected because, first of all, the COO came in and spoke with our small group, took the time out of his day to really talk to us about some of the core beliefs here at Shopify. And one of the things that struck me that it was surprising and really refreshing to hear that they really save room for their partners and they really care about their partnerships. And that was not only surprising, but really, really nice to hear, because a lot of what we do at Zipify is it's about our partners and making sure that we are leaving room for them to be successful too.
Shopify, I don't know if I'd say it was different than what I expected. I wasn't sure what I was expecting. It was really, really neat. Just the community here, and everyone is just kind of hanging out, but also working. It's really kind of, just a chill space where you get things done.
I would say the most important thing when you're dealing with multiple brands is really taking inventory on what your most important projects are, really knowing what are the goals you're trying to reach. Are you prioritizing the projects based on your most important goals? For example, if you are really looking to grow your revenue, you'll want to prioritize those projects in the front of your queue, versus are you going for brand reach or recognition, or are you trying to really participate and provide value through other partnerships, and really kind of take inventory of the projects and prioritize first, and then set about making sure that you have the resources to complete those projects.
So figuring out what content is doing the best really comes from the apps and things that we use for social media. Looking at those analytics, really figuring out, what's engaging the community, what they want to talk about, and jumping into that conversation headfirst with them and being a part of it. I think when you have people want to buy, and Ezra actually said this before, they want to buy a promise. They don't want to buy a product. And I think building a community really gives you that longevity. So one of the ways that we kind of figure out what content to bring to our community is what is going to engage them, what's going to get them talking to each other, to other people in their community. That keeps them on our page longer, that makes them go back and forth to our other pages, and that's when we show them, our product and things like that. But when you're pushing content to your community, you want them to talk to each other, more than selling them. My favorite part of my work week is probably going down a rabbit hole. It's probably my favorite part of my work week. With social media, you have to look for hashtags, you have to look for trending things, you got to look for all those things, and sometimes it brings you down this way you never thought you would go. Hashtagging things you never thought were possible hashtags, and it's fun and it's new and it's different and it's exciting. The most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me at work is this morning, downstairs at Shopify, I spilt a latte all over myself and a little bit of my team. I got a chief operations officer with some milk, burnt my pants, smelled like milk the rest of the day. It's gotta be, it's up there, the most embarrassing thing. Yeah.
My favorite part of my work week is definitely Monday morning team call, where I get to kind of check in with everyone and see everyone's smiling faces. We meet via Zoom, so we do get to see each other whenever we speak. We get to see each other on camera, and so that's my favorite part of the work week is just, welcoming everyone into a brand new week and seeing what everyone's up to. The most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me at work, I would have to say, would be just trying to get here to Shopify, which is in another country, here in beautiful Ottawa, Canada. We did get stopped at immigrations, and we just had a little trouble getting in, but eventually Canada showed us some love and we were allowed in, but it took a couple hours. One of the main reasons we were stopped is because Mr. Ezra Firestone allowed us to drive his vehicle. However, he was not in the vehicle with us, so they were wondering which one of us was Ezra Firestone or Mrs. Firestone, and none of us could provide identification. So yeah, that was sort of embarrassing.